It's Friday, television family. Yeah, the end of the week is almost upon us. It's the 24th day of October 2025. Well, there goes the five-star show. I don't even know what day it is. We always promise you a five-star show on Friday. We build up. We get a little bit better. Well, we don't really. I mean, you know, we phone it in Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays, we try a little harder. Thursdays, get our act together. Friday, five-star show. Or double your television viewing pleasure back. I'm Dan Kuntz. It is not raining yet, but it's going to start within the confines of this show. I think by about 8 o'clock when we're done for the day, for the live version of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley anyway, it'll probably start raining, and it'll rain most of the day today. Heaviest rain today between about 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock, right when we're setting up for the football game. It'll taper off overnight tonight, and then all day rain tomorrow. We got a couple of very interesting slides to show from you from the National Weather Service. We're going to get dumped on pretty good this weekend, which I have no problems with at all. I'll just stay inside and make stew. News, lots. Sports, lots. And it opened last night, and it will continue throughout the course of the weekend, and then again through October 27th through October 30th. The Haunted Museum is back. Mart Belton is the creative guy behind it. Each year when they do the Haunted Museum tour at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, kind of kitty corner from our studios, they mix it up every year to make it different, make it more exciting, make it a little more scary. No difference this year. Mark has and his creative team have put together a pretty good Haunted Museum trek for you, and we had an inside tour with Mark, and we'll have that for you in the back half of the program. You don't want to miss that. Tickets are going to be very hard to get to, very scarce, so don't think around. I know we always joke that the Wenatchee Valley is a last-second town, but this is not a last-second event. If you want to go, get your tickets, and you'll know why here in about a half an hour. It's tour time. Let's see what we got out here with our PTZ cameras. The good captain has fired up the Wenatchee Heights camera. As you can see, the clouds are a little thicker, a little denser, and a little lower than they were yesterday, and that's why the big change in the weather pattern will arrive mid-morning or so. Low pressure over the regions, going to bring in one round of precipitation after another. Also some gusty winds at times in many locations, especially those areas that are susceptible to strong winds, and cold temperatures, dropping snow levels. Here we go, folks. Hope you're ready. It's coming. Next up on our tour around north central Washington, we're up to Billy Goat. Good morning to Billy Goat. Now you can definitely tell the sunrise is a little bit later. It is at 7:33 this morning. Sunset 5:56. 10 hours, 23 minutes of daylight. Hello, Pateris, and hello, Brewster. Those are the two hamlets that you can see lit up there along the Highway 97 corridor. And you can't see Bridgeport. It's tucked behind the hill, but Bridgeport is there. We know some people from Bridgeport watch this show. Stamen Flats looks something like this. Oh, he's got it pointed down the Columbia. We used this camera yesterday, and it was pointed up the Columbia River towards Chelan. Now it's pointed down the Columbia River towards Orondo, with the Wenatchee Valley way off in the distance. And Mission Ridge, which got snow, of course, a couple weeks ago, a couple Sundays when we had all that rain, the snow has not dissipated, and they're going to get a bunch of snow up at Mission Ridge. They're pretty pumped about that. They always like to have a good base to start the season, and they are definitely having that. And to the Oh My, it's Omi Gardens. Beautiful view there. Hello from Omi Gardens. There is a work party, by the way, for Omi Gardens tomorrow for Make a Difference Day. They got to get the park and the gardens all winterized, and they need your help. So show up with some tools, some warm clothing, work clothing, some gloves, and they'll put you to work up at Omi Gardens. And there is the cross all the way across to the other side of the Wenatchee Valley, but it does look like it really, really, really wants to rain. What are the odds of the Wenatchee Valley getting at least half an inch of rain starting today and going through Monday? We have a 38% chance of getting at least half an inch of rain. That is a lot of rain for us. Chelan has a 50% chance of getting at least a half an inch of rain. Again, this is starting today and going all the way through Monday. The big rainy day is definitely going to be on Saturday. We're not going to be protected by the Cascades. We're in the lee of the Cascades. The town hasn't moved, but the system is going to come from the southwest and come into the northeast. So the Cascades, which usually keeps us fairly dry, is not going to be able to protect us. That big umbrella ain't going to be happening. And here's a little time lapse of what we're looking at today. And there we go. Here it is. Your timestamp is in the upper right-hand corner. Essentially, for today, the heaviest rain, it'll start raining about 8:30, maybe 9 today. Rain lightly but steadily. The heaviest rain is expected between 5 and 8 o'clock tonight. It'll be done. It won't be raining at all by about 11 o'clock tonight. Overnight it'll be dry, and then about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, the rain will return, system number 2, and it will rain all day on Saturday and into Saturday night. I'm kind of looking forward to that. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Did I mention it's going to rain? An 80% chance of rain, some gusty winds at times. In some places there'll be no wind. In other locations it'll be quite windy. It's really kind of a hit and miss thing, but yeah, it's going to rain. And a high of 57 degrees. Rain tonight, as I mentioned, it'll be done by about 11 o'clock or midnight tonight. Still breezy. Overnight low of about 38. Rain all day Saturday. It'll start about 8 o'clock and it's not going to stop until Sunday morning. A 90% chance of rain. They could probably call it 100. So Saturday is going to be wet all day, no escaping that. Eventually the rain early Sunday morning will be tapering off, but then we start talking about the snow level. Sunday 3,000 feet, Sunday night 3,000 feet, early Monday morning 2,700 feet, Tuesday morning perhaps 2,500 feet. And cold temperatures. Look at the high temperature on Saturday and Sunday. That is well below normal. As Bob Dylan once sang, a hard rain is gonna fall. I had to quote Bob Dylan on this very special day. It is 7 minutes after the hour. Grab your cup of coffee, come back. We'll do the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. I've been helping people for nearly a decade understand their Medicare options. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand coverage options so you can feel confident in your Medicare decision. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or see me at my office in Wenatchee with easy parking and entrance.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
You won't be voting for Congress or the presidency this year, but local elections are the place where your voice can make the most difference. Wenatchee Valley candidates are lining up to serve on city councils and school boards on both sides of the Columbia River. NCW Life put all of them in the hot seat so you can find the ones who represent you the best. Watch our interviews at these times and dates right here on our channel or anytime online at ncwlife.com. You're watching the NCW Life channel. Your vote matters to us.
Lots of clouds, as you can see behind me. We're at 46 degrees. No sunshine, folks, for the weekend. Lots of clouds, lots of rain, especially on Saturday, and the rain will begin to fall here in the Wenatchee Valley in about 45 minutes to an hour or so. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A Wenatchee man will spend about 3 years in prison for selling methamphetamine out of his home during a police sting operation. The Columbia River Drug Task Force used confidential informants to buy methamphetamine in 2023 and early 2024 from Wilver Ventura Acosta, who's now 50 years old. Apparently, he sold the drugs from his residence on South Chelan Avenue. He pleaded guilty Wednesday to 3 felony counts of distributing narcotics, 1 count of possessing drugs, and 1 count of using a building for drug purposes. While he was free on bond, Acosta allegedly sold meth again. This was last summer to buyers at Wenatchee's Locomotive Park. He still awaits trial in that case. Chelan County Judge Travis Branch sentenced Acosta on Wednesday to a term of 40 months in prison. Prosecutors on Wednesday withdrew charges against a Wenatchee man accused of hurling 3 Molotov cocktails in an attack on his former partner and her current boyfriend. 49-year-old Eric Vaughn Jackson was found unable to stand trial due to his mental state. He was arrested in February and charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder after allegedly hurling glass jars full of gasoline at one victim and at the trailer where his former partner lived. The firebombs didn't detonate. Jackson allegedly admitted to the attempts, but after he was assessed for competency at Eastern State Hospital, Chelan County prosecutors agreed he was unable to understand the case or assist in his own defense. A judge instead ordered Jackson to be evaluated for possible commitment for psychiatric care. The city of Leavenworth is giving residents a heads up about a planned water outage scheduled for next week and has taken up a big hunk of real estate. On Tuesday, the Public Works Department will undergo critical work to connect a new water main running south from the city on Icicle Road. The service interruption will be in the area between the Icicle River Bridge and the connection point. That's at East Leavenworth Road. The city says a significant number of homes south of the Leavenworth Golf Course will be temporarily without water for most of the day. Again, it is next Tuesday, the water outage from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. approximately. Wildfire teams began their last steps to wrap up response to the Lower Sugarloaf and Labor Mountain fires that included disassembling a series of remote automatic weather stations placed in the fire zone to relay weather data to meteorologists during the fires. That machinery helped them chart wind speed and direction, relative humidity, and other factors that could influence firefighting operations. Northwest Incident Team 3, which oversaw those major fires during their very last stages, well, they closed out their work on yesterday. As of 6 o'clock last night, management of the contained fires turned over to the United States Forest Service, the Bureau of Land Management, and Washington Department of Natural Resources.
And I just want to thank everyone for their patience as a community, patience from the partners, as we know that these fires have gone on for some weeks and have disrupted lots of opportunities for recreation, as well as displaced some folks in terms of the evacuations that occurred. We also want to say thank you to the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, the Washington DNR, and the Spokane BLM for your support to not only us, Northwest Team 3, but previous incident management teams and ultimately the firefighter as we work to close out these incidents.
The head of the Washington State Patrol, it's a big job, he is calling for a lower standard to measure intoxication among drivers. State Patrol Chief John Batiste said last week the state's 0.08% blood alcohol threshold to define drunkenness should be dropped to 0.05%. That's a measurement that's only used in one other state. Bills in the legislature to reduce the blood alcohol content limit has so far failed each year. Proponents say it could save more than 1,700 lives every year in our state and cut alcohol-related fatalities by 11%. Batiste endorsed the idea on the state broadcast network TVW.
When we put the helmet law into effect for motorcycle operators, we save lives. When we put training in place for motorcycle operators to be thoroughly trained before being given a license, we save lives. We've lowered the BAC level during my tenure. We saw drops in fatalities related to alcohol on the roadways, so it works. And we're one of the only industrialized nations in the world who really doesn't operate at an 05 level as is. And I've had lots of conversations with my peer in Utah, who's the first state to take that challenge on, and they've seen nothing but success as a result thereof.
So is that a clear endorsement from the chief of the patrol that you'd like to see us do that?
It definitely is, because I'm hired to save lives and make sure the troopers out there are helping do that, and that is another tool, a law, that would help them do so.
The Women's Service League of NCW is holding its annual diaper drive event this Saturday in conjunction with Make a Difference Day. Service League members will be collecting diapers, wipes, baby formula, and cash donations towards the purchases of those items at both Safeway locations, as well as Fred Meyer, Albertsons, and Martin's Marketplace in Kashmir. Hundreds of thousands of diapers and wipes have been gathered for underserved families since they started the event back in 2008. Those items aren't covered by any government assistance program programs, and they are crucial to the health of small children. The gathered items will be donated to charities, including Serve Wenatchee Valley, the Women's Resource Center, and Chelan Douglas Community Action for distribution to families around the community. And a friendly reminder, new diapers, not used diapers, is what they're looking for. Chelan High School science teacher is a finalist. Congratulations for NCW Tech Alliance's STEM Champion of the Year. The award recognizes educators and community members dedicated to science, technology, engineering, and math, and promoting STEM pathways for students. The nomination material for Chelan High School teacher April Slagle says she connects the classroom to real-world impact through environmental partnerships and hands-on design challenges. Slagle hails from West Virginia and has been teaching in the Lake Chelan School District since 2016. The winner will be announced during the 2025 Innovator Awards, which are set for November 4th. And finally, the script for our feature story this morning was written by our very own Jefferson Robbins, designed for Grant to read for tonight's news. So I'm not going to read what he wrote, although I must say it's pretty clever. Essentially, the Haunted Museum began yesterday at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. It's a guided tour. It's a lot of fun. The good captain and I went to go visit Mark Belton a couple of days ago and caught a sneak preview.
Obey the, what is it?
Obey the protocol and trust the voice. We've been planning this one since November of last year.
Is this your baby as far as this is what we're going to do this year, this is the theme, this is what we're going to do different as opposed to what we've done in years past?
Yes, we worked really hard this year to try and utilize spaces that we haven't been able to in the past. So this year, people should come and expect a completely different experience, not just in the scare, but it is more immersive than ever. It will encourage everyone to participate and see if they can make it out alive.
Ooh, now I'm scared. In years past, you would go in with groups of 10 or 12, I'm trying to remember exactly, with a guide, and it's like any traditional haunted house, Mark. You go, there's a beginning and an end and a bunch of scary stuff in the middle. You kind of made some adjustments. Things are going to be a little different this year.
Things are going to be a little different. So this year, there are 3 different options for how you will make your way through the haunt. Those groups will see completely different things and experience a completely different ending from the other groups.
This is not a one-man show. You had to have a lot of help to pull this off.
It's true. We've got a pretty big core group. So Laura Brown is my kind of creative director in this. I come up with the ideas and then say, all right, Laura, now, give me a head in a jar, and she works on that. So she's been great. We have some builders, and then we've got about 40 volunteers that have signed up to help during the haunt, and we can always use more. So if you come and you think it's a good time, let me know and I'll put you on the list.
You know what's going on. The buzz about this particular show has really gotten a lot of attention on social media. There are fanatics who love to do these things, and everybody's talking about what a great job you and the crew have done over the years. And this year is no exception. From what I hear from the aficionados of haunted houses, that you guys have your act together.
We're trying our best. We are going to turn over a new leaf in the haunt. So we'd love for people to come and tell us what they think. We're taking an escape room atmosphere and putting that with the haunt and kind of giving you a blended experience.
Is it 3 kind of different stories? Do you go like a beginning and a middle and an end, and you've gone through an adventure kind of a thing?
There are 3 stories. There is an overarching theme to all the stories. So what you're doing while you're inside the haunt, what you're seeing are different per track.
Do you talk to other haunted house people? I'm trying to think, what's the professional name for people who put on haunted houses?
I don't know if there's a professional name, but we call ourselves, we're looking for other haunt directors, and we do a lot of research into what others have put on. And, we have contacts with people that do large professional full-time haunts. And so we try to glean what we can to use in a building that we can't permanently build in. So.
And this building is about as good as you're going to get to have a haunted house in. First of all, it's historic. It's got tons of rooms, hallways, staircases. The building itself has a certain vibe to it. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. This is custom made to do one of these things, isn't it?
It's pretty close. Turn off the lights and add some haunters, and we'll give you a good time. And I have said this every year, but this year is no exception. We are using more space than ever. It is more square feet than ever, and you will see rooms that you've never seen before.
My complete conversation, by the way, with Mark Belton will air in the back half of this program, if you dare. And now you know what the heck is going on around here. You have one more chance to be informed before your very wet weekend begins, and that is tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with the NCAA Life Evening News. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, high school football. Panthers and the Sunnyside Grizzlies begin at 6:30 at the conclusion of tonight's contest. The gridiron clash between these giants. The news will air right around 10 o'clock or so tonight. If that doesn't work, it'll be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com. It'll be up and running on our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. You can watch it whenever you want to. If you have Apple TV, we're on there. If you have Roku, we're on there. If you have Amazon Prime, we're on there. If you have Peacock, we're on there. And send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Sports and a lot of it in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Welcome to Bliss. Population U. This is the you that appreciates the warmth of a good coat and the fit of a purposeful boot. At Coastal, we want to be your partner in finding your bliss. We are hopeful and helpful because we're about this community. So when you're looking for a place called Bliss, trust Coastal, your country lifestyle superstore. Coastal, we're just what the country needs.
Foothills Magazine invites you to Eastern Washington's premier food and wine event, the Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival, Saturday, November 8th. Celebrate the region's best wines, savor delicious bites from top local chefs, and enjoy craft beer, cider, live entertainment, and more. All guests receive a keepsake wine glass, and our exclusive VIP experience offers even more to sip and savor. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at WenatcheeWineandFood.com.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Sports, it is America's greatest sporting event. Personal opinion, the 121st edition of the World Series begins tonight at Rogers Center in Toronto. I know a lot of Mariner fans are still hurting from what happened, but the World Series is the World Series. Tonight's game, 5 o'clock on Fox. Game 2 in Toronto tomorrow night at 5 on Fox. The series then shifts to Los Angeles for games 3 and 4. That'll be on Monday and Tuesday. No baseball on Sunday. Those games will also start at 5 on Fox. Let me tell you about the college football. The schedule for our Northwest teams looks something like this. Eastern will visit Weber State on ESPN+. That's at noon. Washington will host number 24 Illinois. That's at 12:30 on the Big Ten Network. Washington State hasn't played a home game since the Apple Cup. That was September 20th. They're finally back at home in Pullman. They'll host Toledo, the Rockets, at 12:30 on the CW Network. And Central Washington is on the road at Midwestern State. I don't know where that is at 5 o'clock. Kraken got back on the winning track last night in Winnipeg, and they beat a good team. Jaden Schwartz scored twice. Jordan Eberle added a third. Seattle shut out the Jets 3-0. Joey Decord earned Seattle's first shutout of the year. He stopped all 32 shots he faced. The Kraken return home tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, to host Edmonton on Kong TV. Speaking of the ice, the Wenatchee Wild have 2 WHL games this weekend. Tonight they'll be in Penticton to take on their old BCHL foes, the Vs. They'll face off at 7:05, and then Wenatchee's back home tomorrow night, Town Toyota Center, 6 o'clock. Tri-City Americans in town. Go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com for tickets. The Wenatchee Panthers celebrate homecoming tonight in the Apple Bowl against Sunnyside. It's just their second home game of the year. They're trying to win a third game in a row for the first time since 2019. Coach Taylor Mitchell says Wenatchee and Sunnyside pretty evenly matched.
Our kids have been focused. I haven't been able to tell at practice this week. I think our kids have been focused out here, which has been great to see. There's a lot on the line tonight. Playing for a 3 seed or 4 seed into the playoffs. We haven't beat these guys since 2019. It's a smash mouth team, kind of just like us. So I anticipate it's going to be a physical football game. So I feel like our kids have really been present at practice this week and focused at the task at hand.
Sunnyside has a very good offense, especially their running game. And we had a chance to visit with senior linebacker Ryan Rainbolt. Says the Panthers are up for the challenge.
When we play them in team camp in the summer, we go at it. We play hard. We both gets a little physical, get a little rowdy, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a dogfight, and it's going to come down to whoever wants it more, I think.
How do you keep that in check with your emotions and not get, over the top and have some flags flying with extracurricular stuff?
Yeah, it's honestly really hard because a lot of team camp, we fought them like 3-4 times. So, yeah, it's just going to be
literally, right?
Oh, yeah. Big fights. So, honestly, it's just going to be a matter of keeping our cool, do what we do, just stay calm.
There's a really cool program that Eric puts together every Friday. It's called the Prep Football Insider. It's available on our website. You can check it out whenever you want. And one of the things that Eric gets to do and enjoys doing is getting to know some of the football players on a personal level. And he asked Ryan what he likes to do when he's not hitting somebody.
So aside from hikes, are you a video game guy? What are you doing during the season when you have time at home?
I like to have people over to have fires. I'm not much of a video game guy, but
okay.
My fires are pretty fun. So.
Okay, all right. So give a tip to our viewers out here on starting a fire. What's the best way to start a fire? And please don't say gasoline.
Well, the second best way to start a fire would be a toilet paper roll filled with dryer lint.
Oh, yeah. Dryer lint is a good tip. That's a great tip.
That's the second best one.
Okay, and, it helps to have dry wood. Of course, around here, you don't have to worry about the wood so much, do we?
We have a huge pile, too, so it's...
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you like burning the pine? What do you like burning?
Pallets.
Pallets. Okay. Okay. Now, I was just reading about a spot up here in the hills that actually was part of that forest fire we had that was a popular spot for teenagers to go have parties and have pallet parties. Do you know anything about that?
No, I just go to my house.
Okay, all right. Just got to take care of the nails afterwards, right?
It's all right. You just get a big magnet, get them all out. Yeah.
Panthers and the Grizzlies, 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff. You don't want to sit in the rain. You can watch our broadcast, Grant Olson and Brandon Harley with the call. Looking forward to it. Eastmont is off until tomorrow. That's when they travel to Enumclaw. They got a 1 o'clock kickoff there. Coach Jay Foster says both teams will try to control the running game.
Well, tough physical team. We actually scrimmaged them at Central Camp a couple years ago, so we kind of know what their makeup is. And watching them on film, nothing's changed. They're an I formation team that just wants to old school pound you. And so the game will be over in less than 2 hours, just like last week's was, which is good. We'll come back a little bit sooner. But for us, it's a great opportunity just to redeem ourselves. I keep telling the team, I think we're a really good football team. We gave one away in the first game, and this game was just a great high school football game. So, I think we've just got to go out. We take care of business, which I think we're more than capable of doing. We'll get right back on track and go again.
Enumclaw is undefeated. By definition, that makes them pretty good. They're one of the best 3A programs in the state. But Jackson Kenyon and Ty Shaw said they hope they can keep up the momentum that they gained last week against Moses Lake.
Yeah. It's kind of plays into what we do well. Like, we stopped the run well, other than last week because we weren't really prepared for it. But we stopped the run well, and they want to run the ball. Just I formation, downhill, run the ball.
First of all, coming off interception, and I understand that was your first of your career for Eastmont High School?
Yes, it was.
Tell me about that and what helped set that up. Practice, film study?
Definitely film and coaches. I would shout out to Coach Foster. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be knowing what I was doing. It was definitely nerve-wracking. I noticed I did kind of run the wrong way, but I saw it, and yeah, but it felt good. It was awesome.
And the rest of the Big Nine schedule has Moses Lake there at home to take on the West Valley Rams, and Davis will take on Eisenhower at Zeffel Stadium, a stadium that they share down there in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. It's the Battle of the Bronze Shoe in Chelan, and it is tomorrow. Actually, it's tonight at 7 o'clock. Cashmere comes calling. The Bulldogs have a 10-game winning streak in this series between the old rivals that kicks off at 7. Other South Central Athletic Conference games tomorrow. Royal will be at Natchez Valley. Chi B visits College Place, while Luke will host Zilla. Connell visits Wapato, the gateway to Yakima. Quincy is home in CWAC play tomorrow night. They'll be hosting East Valley. East Valley is very good. Ephrata visits Sela. Ellensburg welcomes Prosser. Othello visits Toppenish. Grandview hosts a non-league game against Tri-Cities Prep. Can't forget about the Caribou Trail League. OMAC will host Cascade tomorrow for their regular season Caribou Trail League title. It'll be on the line tomorrow night. And there is the Bronze Shoe. Chelan's last win in the series was in 2014. You win the game, you get a shoe. For the Bees tomorrow, Okanagan will take on Manson. Moses Lake Christian will visit Bridgeport. Lake Roosevelt travels to Tonasket. Liberty Bell will host Brewster. Pateros is at Soap Lake. And then on Saturday, Antioch kicks off at Oakville at 2 o'clock. Waterville Mansfield will take on Oroville at 7. The Prep girls soccer schedule has 7 games tomorrow in the rain. Nobody's going to be able to avoid that. OMAC will host Chelan at 10 a.m. 10 a.m., okay. Liberty Bell travels to Lake Roosevelt at 11. Ephrata plays at East Valley at noon. Quincy visits Sela. Wenatchee will host Eisenhower at 1 o'clock. If the Panthers win, they will win the Big Nine regular season title. Eastmont welcomes West Valley. Bridgeport is at Pateros. And finally, Prep volleyball tomorrow starts at noon. You don't have to worry about the rain because last I'm told they play volleyball indoors. Cascade will be at OMAC at noon. 1 o'clock, you got Lake Roosevelt at Liberty Bell. Brewster hosts Okanagan. And Prosser is at Moses Lake. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 32 minutes after the hour, for you folks watching online in Zambia, I want to wish you all a happy Independence Day today in Zambia. Independence from what? I don't know. It's United Nations Day. I don't know how they're going to celebrate that. But no, today is National Bologna Day. My bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. My bologna has it. Kind of going back to my childhood and television commercials. Yes, Bologna, Italy, or Bologna, Italy, is where it all came from, in the middle of Italy, back in the 17th century. So they get credit for the basics of bologna, but their bologna product was strictly pork related. We owe the German immigrants who came to this country in the 19th and the early part of the 20th centuries to bring bologna as we know it today. It was the German immigrants who said bologna doesn't necessarily have to be just pork. You can have bologna made out of chicken or turkey, beef bologna. There's all kinds of different bologna out there. So it's actually the German immigrants who gave us bologna as we know it. And of course, bologna is a staple of lunches, especially among kids, because it's cheap. It's cheap, but it doesn't taste too bad either, and it really took off in popularity during the Great Depression because it's cheap and it doesn't taste too bad. So if you're into bologna, today is your day. If you're into bologna, you're watching the show, which, by the way, is a pork-based program. 33 minutes after the hour. Today in history. She was 63 years old. Annie Edson Taylor was her name. It was her 63rd birthday. Annie Edson Taylor had no money. And she figured, well, in order for me to become rich again, I need to be a celebrity. So what I'm going to do is on my 63rd birthday, and she told people a couple of weeks before October 24th, 1901, she said, I'm going to pack myself into a barrel. I'm going to put some padding and some mattresses in there, and I'm going to throw myself over the edge of Niagara Falls to celebrate my 63rd birthday so I can become a big celebrity and everybody will give me money. I can go on a national tour with my barrel and rake in the dough. So she was hoping to secure herself financially for her remaining years. She did it. It was a custom-made barrel with a bunch of pads in it. Everybody who showed up basically watched this person show up. They showed up to see Annie Edson Taylor die, essentially. She didn't. She survived. She took her barrel on the road. She toured county fairs and any place that people would have her for a fee. And she made a lot of money, and then she lost it all again. And when Annie Edson Taylor died, she was flat broke. She probably was better off not doing that. The first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Black Thursday. We talked about this yesterday on October 23rd, 1929. Everybody went, oh, crap. Well, October 24th, 1929, the very next day, Black Thursday on the New York Stock Exchange. They did everything they could, but all the people who had really deep pockets said, you're nuts. We're not going to prop up the stock market. It is what it is. And for all intents and purposes, the Great Depression began. Keep in mind, of course, the stock market is not the economy, but it was a huge chunk of it back in 1929. Not a good day. 94 years ago today, the busiest bridge in the world opened for business. The George Washington Bridge is affectionately known among New Yorkers as the GWB. It is the busiest bridge in the world. Almost 300,000 vehicles cross that bridge every day. Both the upper deck and the lower deck. It's pretty remarkable. That comes out to about 120 million automobiles every year. It was finished 8 months ahead of schedule and under budget by $15 million. And as you know by now, if you've ever been to New York, it costs about $20 to drive over the George Washington Bridge from New Jersey into northern Manhattan. It doesn't cost you a dime to drive from northern Manhattan into New Jersey. And 71 years ago today, President Eisenhower said, well, the French are giving up down there in Vietnam, and if we don't pay our cards right, the communists are going to take over. So he pledged national support to prop up the Vietnamese army against the possible invasion of their country. Now that the French had said, we're out of here, he said, well, we'll take care of you, South Vietnam. So for all intents and purposes, America's commitment to South Vietnam began on this date in 1954. It's 36 minutes after the hour. Birthdays, the basis for the Rolling Stones for most of their long career. Bill Wyman, by far the oldest member of the group. He's 89 years old today. He had the good sense in 1989 to say, I'm too old to rock and roll. I'm out of here. In 1993, Bill Wyman, his son Stephen, married Patsy Smith, who was the 46-year-old mother of Bill's ex-wife, Mandy Smith. Stay with me on this. Stephen was 30 years old at the time. Therefore, Bill Wyman became his own son's ex-son-in-law and the ex-father-in-law of his ex-mother-in-law and the step-grandfather of his ex-wife. Happy 89th to Bill. And F. Murray Abraham. He won an Oscar for Amadeus. You remember that back in 1984, Best Actor. He's 86 years old today. And he was part of the cast that came to the Wenatchee Valley in the summer of 1993 to shoot the movie, that terrible, terrible movie, Surviving the Game. And they actually used the basement of my record store in downtown Wenatchee in the early opening scene in the rain when he went to the soup kitchen, iced tea. And F. Murray Abraham actually came into my record store, bought a bunch of CDs, and he was the only one in the store. And I said, can I call you F? And he said, gee, I really wish you wouldn't. Happy 86 to F. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. We're glad to have them on board. We could be down to the freezing mark, folks, by early Monday and early Tuesday morning. Is your HVAC system ready to make that transition? It's going to be working overtime, and it's going to be doing it pretty soon. Make sure Alpine Air can come on out and give it a little tune-up if necessary, or at least give it a checkup to make sure you're good to go. A brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. And then our conversation with Mark Belton. The Haunted Museum is back. You want to get the bejesus scared out of you? Fork over some bucks. Mark will tell you about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hi, I'm Corley from Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I want to introduce you to Kara. Kara's our, we think, 4-year-old German Shepherd mix, and she's just a wonderful girl. Yeah. Kara came to us as a stray about a month ago, and she is everybody's favorite here. She gets along so well with all of our other dogs. She's what we call a polite player. So she's very easygoing with other dogs. She knows a lot of tricks. She's super smart, as you'd expect with a shepherd. She's very treat motivated, which makes that very easy. Yeah, she's learning some agility things, which is kind of fun. She pays close attention. Yeah, and she knows her sit really well. She also gives paw, and she's working on her stay. Another wonderful thing about Kara is she's polite with people. She doesn't jump up on us, which is so nice, especially since the weather's getting all muddy. She loves going on walks and spending time with people. She's actually been a really great office foster here for our staff. She just loves spending time with us in our office, just relaxing and laying down. And we've even actually been using her as a bit of a training guide for new staff because she's just so easy and sweet. Yeah, so they've been learning some dog handling stuff with Kara. Yeah, she's so good. I think Kara would be great in a home that has kids, honestly, because she's so easy to be around. She's so gentle. She doesn't jump. She's just a really, really sweet girl. She also loves her walks, so I think she'd be a great hiking buddy. Yeah, you would. Hi. So if you'd like to come and meet our Kara, we're open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6, and you can come on Wednesday if you make an appointment online, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Hi. Oh, sweet girl. Some more B-roll, I guess.
Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. High school sports is back this fall on the NCW Life Channel. Watch Eastmont, Wenatchee, and Cashmere games right here. Sponsored in part by our Platinum supporter Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Watch high school sports all fall right here on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Listen, home upgrades can be expensive, but I've always had that DIY vision. Like controlling my thermostat remotely, or getting instant heat, and upgrading my insulation.
Some upgrades don't need a fresh perspective. With Shalom PUD rebates, it's easy to make energy-efficient upgrades that make your home more comfortable.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, the Epstein files. You know, it's pretty clear our current administration is doing everything possible it can to prevent the release of those files or to provide and create any diversion to distract our attention. You know, so what? You know, first of all, it's pretty clear that regardless of what is exposed about Trump or anybody in those files, Trump's sycophants are going to make up some excuse or justification, and they won't care what is said about him if he's in those files. And secondly, what Trump has already said and done about himself and what has been proven about him establishes that man as a sexual predator. Now, although I, like you, want the Epstein files released, it won't make a bit of difference. His followers have already proven that even if there is unchallengeable proof that Trump is a child sex offender, his followers will not care. Shaking my head. This is Mike, Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is bringing back the Haunted Museum for another scary year, October 23rd through the 30th. It's a guided tour called The Protocol, guaranteed to scare the most hardy of folks. Tickets are $25 online, $30 at the door, but tickets are limited. The Haunted Museum is not recommended for children under the age of 13. Tickets at the museum's website.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome back to the program. It is back again for another big year. It's one of the seminal haunted house experiences. It's gotten a lot of buzz, not only here in the Wenatchee Valley, but all over the Pacific Northwest. If you're a fan of haunted houses, it's back again at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Mark Belton is the creative guy behind. I'll let you do the tagline. It's obey the, what is it?
Obey the protocol and trust the voice.
It is the Haunted Museum 2025. Mark Belton is in charge. It's good to see you again, my friend. It is Tuesday as we tape this. It opens Thursday.
That's right.
Everything coming together?
We're pushing ahead. We've been pulling some late nights this past week.
When did the planning begin for this year's edition of the Haunted Museum?
You know, I do a lot of theater, and we joke that when we close up a show, we all act like it didn't happen, and we walk away and never think of it again. The haunt is like that. We pack it up at the end of the year and think we're not going to put thoughts into next year, and it's about 2 weeks later that something sparks in our brains and we start planning. So we've been planning this one since November of last year.
Is this your baby as far as this is what we're going to do this year, this is the theme, this is what we're going to do different as opposed to what we've done in years past?
Yes, we worked really hard this year to try and utilize spaces that we haven't been able to in the past. So this year, people should come and expect a completely different experience, not just in the scare, but it is more immersive than ever. It will encourage everyone to participate and see if they can make it out alive.
Ooh, now I'm scared. In years past, you would go in with groups of 10 or 12, I'm trying to remember exactly, with a guide, and it's like any traditional haunted house, Mark. You go, there's a beginning and an end and a bunch of scary stuff in the middle. You kind of made some adjustments. Things are going to be a little different this year.
Things are going to be a little different. So this year, there are 3 different options for how you will make your way through the haunt. Those groups will see completely different things and experience a completely different ending from the other groups. So those that have loved our haunt before, I would encourage you to get tickets for more than one night. And when you come, you can see a whole different side of our haunt.
So if you buy 3 tickets for 3 different nights, you can go and do all 3 of them.
That's right.
Separately.
That's right.
A lot of people had to help you. This is not a one-man show. You had to have a lot of help to pull this off.
It's true. We've got a pretty big core group. So Laura Brown is my kind of creative director in this. I come up with the ideas and then say, all right, Laura, now, give me a head in a jar, and she works on that. So she's been great. We have some builders. And then we've got about 40 volunteers that have signed up to help during the haunt. And we can always use more. So if you come and you think it's a good time, let me know and I'll put you on the list.
You know what's going on. The buzz about this particular show has really gotten a lot of attention on social media. There are fanatics who love to do these things, and everybody's talking about what a great job you and the crew have done over the years. And this year is no exception. From what I hear from the aficionados of haunted houses, that you guys have your act together.
We're trying our best. We are going to turn over a new leaf in the haunt. So we'd love for people to come and tell us what they think. We're taking an escape room atmosphere and putting that with the haunt and kind of giving you a blended experience.
Is it 3 kind of different stories? Do you go like a beginning and a middle and an end, and you've gone through an adventure kind of a thing?
There are 3 stories. There is an overarching theme to all the stories. So what you're doing while you're inside the haunt, what you're seeing are different per track.
Do you talk to other haunted house people. I'm trying to think, what's the professional name for people who put on haunted houses?
I don't know if there's a professional name, but we call ourselves, we're looking for other haunt directors, and we do a lot of research into what others have put on. And, we have contacts with people that do large professional full-time haunts. And so we try to glean what we can to use in a building that we can't permanently build in. So.
And this building is about as good as you're going to get to have a haunted house in. First of all, it's historic. It's got tons of rooms, hallways, staircases. The building itself has a certain vibe to it. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. This is custom made to do one of these things, isn't it?
It's pretty close. Turn off the lights and add some haunters, and we'll give you a good time. And I have said this every year, but this year is no exception. We are using more space than ever. It is more square feet than ever, and you will see rooms that you've never seen before.
Is what scares people, the things that scares people, has that changed at all? I mean, is it, you can always go with the greatest hits, the dismembered hand coming out of the wall, stuff like that?
Yeah, the biggest thing that we try to do is have different levels of scares. People like to be scared in one way and then kind of change the game and have something unexpected. So this year we're really trying to lean on that and use a little bit more technology. One of our tracks has a more technology-infused background, and so that's going to be really fun for people. Other tracks are maybe more medically inclined, so it'll be exciting for people that are around.
I love disclaimers. I'm going to read this. This is cool. Right off the website. This attraction contains bright flashing lights, lasers, fog machines, scent devices, loud noises, startle effects, confined spaces, we're in one now, stairs, dark areas. If any of this harms you or you will have a bad reaction, do not enter. In my line of work, that tells me this is good.
We try.
It's the opposite of that kind of deal. In the meantime, there's more. You should not enter this attraction if you have asthma, heart conditions, are prone to seizures, physical ailments, respiratory, or any other type of medical problem, are pregnant, or are claustrophobic. Do not come to this attraction if you are under the influence, which reminds me, there will be a beer garden, which is something new.
That is true, yep. We have the containment zone, will be open in the lobby. So people buying tickets, it's for a time slot in the night, but not a specific time. So they come in, they can hang out in our lobby, they can enjoy the beer garden, and then when their number is called, we'll stick them through and see if they make it out the other side.
The one thing I'm not going to be frivolous about, and I've done this before a couple of years ago, and I've kind of seen it all. It scared the bejesus out of me. I can't imagine what Mark has in store for us this year. 13 or younger, probably not a good idea, and I mean that sincerely, because it can be a little, it's supposed to, but for some impressionable young people, it's probably not a very good idea.
Yep, we recommend it for those that are over 13.
So it's simple as that. Tickets going fast. I talked to Tara. They're selling like hotcakes. And this is not. Tickets are limited. You can't just print up as many tickets as you want to sell. It doesn't work that way, Mark.
Correct. Yep. So tickets are available online. Those will sell out. We'll have some at the door, and we can only put through so many people a night. So.
Let's wrap up with this, Mark Belton. Talk about the protocol. Same deal in the last pet. It'll be a group of 20, about a dozen or so, maybe 15 on a guided tour as a group, correct?
The goal is a group of 10,
okay.
But we'll pull a whole group of 30 out, and they will start together, and then we'll see how it goes.
Time commitment?
It's going to be about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. And
just the sweet spot between leaving the beer garden and getting back to the beer garden.
What will you be doing during the haunts? Listening to the screams and think, yeah, I did it again.
So we do. We have radio, so we love to, we have calls amongst ourselves of who scares who, so we love that. But I'll be running around. People will see me at the entrance along with Laura Brown, and so we'll be guiding people to start through there, and otherwise we'll be slinging beers and doing everything else we can.
It opens on the 24th, Thursday the 24th, goes through Halloween.
We end the day before Halloween.
The day before Halloween.
Yep.
So if you want to be as close to Halloween as possible on October 30th, that is the one you probably want to get online right now to the museum's website and get your tickets now, because that's going to sell out for sure.
Correct.
So happy scaring the bejesus out of people, Mark.
That's right. Happy haunting.
You like it and you're good at it.
I do.
Exactly, you do. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Some of life's best moments happen right at home. Bullfrog Spas bring the whole family together for connection, comfort, and a little splash of fun. For over 30 years, Pool to Spa Services has helped families relax and reconnect, one spa at a time. With Bullfrog's unique jetpack therapy system, everyone gets their perfect seat. Pool to Spa Services. Discover the peace of a Bullfrog spa right in your backyard.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Reconnect at home with those that matter most. Create your private retreat with a clean-burning, energy-efficient Lopi fireplace insert or stove. Handcrafted in Mukilteo, Washington, Lopi has amazing custom fire designs your whole family will love. Design your dream fire online with Lopi's Design My Fire tool. Request a quote or visit your participating Lopi dealer today. Lopi, North America's favorite fire.
Mention this ad to receive an additional 3% discount.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is having their biggest sale on swim spas and hot tubs. With the biggest deals of the year, save up to $6,000 on a swim spa or up to $5,000 on a hot tub. Did you know hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis? Blue Lagoon enjoys helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa handle the installation and regular maintenance. Relax, knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Give us a call today.
56 minutes after the hour, if you will indulge me in a little shop talk before we close it out with the weather forecast. Next week, we'll be doing an abbreviated version of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The show will be on a brief hiatus as you know it. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley we will not be live here from Studio 7 here in downtown Wenatchee from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. for that 1 hour. All of next week, taking a brief hiatus. We'll be back full force, full of vinegar, the first Monday in October. So abbreviated half-hour versions, pre-recorded versions of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley will come your way next week. Just a heads up on that, so you're not surprised about what's going on. We still have a weather forecast from Grand Olson, but the programming content for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley next week will consist of some of our best canned interviews and profiles that we've done over the last couple months. So just a heads up on that. Half-hour pre-recorded versions of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley next week. We'll be back to the full hour and live on the first Monday in November. I just stepped outside. It is not raining yet, but boy, it sure feels like it wants to rain. First things we want to show you is that today through Monday, we have about a 38% chance here in the Wenatchee Valley of getting at least a half an inch of rain starting today, lasting through Monday. That is a lot of rain for us. Chelan, you have about a 50% chance of getting at least a half an inch of rain. That is a lot of rain for us. As we mentioned before, this system is not coming directly off the Pacific Ocean. It's kind of coming off the Oregon coast and sweeping up from the southwest to the northeast, so the Cascades are not going to give us much protection. And here is your timeline for the rain. This is for today. The rain is supposed to start pretty much in the next hour or so. The heaviest rain today will be between about 5 o'clock tonight till about 8 o'clock tonight. It'll taper off after 8 o'clock. It'll be done by about 11, and then the rain returns with system number 2 tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, at about 8 o'clock, and it's going to rain all day Saturday. It's going to start at about 8 o'clock, and by late in the morning, it's going to come down pretty good, and it's going to rain all day Saturday, right on into Saturday night, taper off on Sunday. It's going to be a very wet and very cold weekend, too. This is a cold front and a wet front that's coming our way. From the National Weather Service, 57 today and rain. And some wind, too. Not too much wind here in the Wenatchee Valley. We'll see the occasional rogue gust, but in some locations in our viewing area, you're going to be dealing with some wind as well as the system pounds its way into our area. 38 for the overnight low tonight. Chance of rain today, 80%. Chance of rain tonight, 80%. Rain will be done by midnight, about 8 o'clock tomorrow. It comes back, and if it rains all day Saturday and Saturday night and Sunday and into Monday, that is a lot of rain. Hello, Tucker. Give it up for the good captain, everybody. This is Tucker's last day here. Good luck in the witness protection program.
Thank you. You're not supposed to tell people that on TV.
Jeez, I forgot
now
about
they're
that.
going to have to move me to somewhere else.
Let's give a big hand for Tucker Wagner. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see you a week from Monday. Bye-bye.